So this is a tweet that I posted last year around October. And this is what I said. I finally paid off my NSFAS student loan that I took back in 2016, right? I am grateful for the assistance through MBD collectors. I'm grateful for the assistance even though MBD collectors were not very nice to deal with. Yeah, well, if you don't know, MBD is a debt collectors what company. They collect debts and everything, but I didn't love the experience because they were not efficient. I would make payments and they would not update the payments that I would make. And that would mean I would get like consistent reminders, phone calls that I felt harassed, guys. I felt harassed by MBD because they were not very efficient with their work. Even NSFAS itself, the company itself, the people that were dealing with my account were not doing the best job. And this is not me calling them out, but this is me saying that it's so important that when you deal with a database or deal with a company, deal with people, it's important that you make sure that all the details are accurate or at all times. That's what you need to do. At all times, everything needs to be on point. All right. So now this was actually, sorry, let me do this. So this right here was my email that I mean, not the email, but the tweet that I did. All right. So let's move on with the show. All right, welcome to the Morning Glory. Good morning, everybody. I'm your host, Real Talk with Ntabi, of course, and thank you so much for joining. Now, disclaimer, so the shirt that I'm wearing is from Damelin. So Damelin is a, well, higher education institution, right? It's a college, what, a technical college? If I may call it that, yeah, something like that. So I got this T-shirt when I was presenting. I was speaking to the students, just motivating the final year students. So I was invited there as a speaker, and this was one of the gifts that I got. And it says that achieve excellence in every step of the way, or achieve excellence every step of the way. So I just wish I could present with this shirt looking like this. So meaning you just reading what this shirt is saying, achieve excellence every step of the way. So I think that will be my message for you today, to say achieve excellence every step of the way, right? So that is my wish for you, to really achieve excellence every step of the way. So yeah. Nevertheless, let's get on with the show. So today's show is a little bit different. We are focusing on finances, and I'm going to share with you a bit of a story time as to how I got to somehow be taken to the debt collectors for my NSFAS account, and to give you tips in terms of making repayments for your NSFAS account, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I hope that all is good. Am I all right? Am I all right? I see my screen freezing. What's happening now? What's happening now? If you're watching from YouTube, if you're watching from TikTok, hello there, welcome. My name is Ntabi and I am a public speaker. It's so good to have you guys here. So I really look forward to this conversation with you. Now, obviously, we cannot start the show without the quote of the day, right? There is no way that we can start the show without the quote of the day. Now, let's see. What is our quote for the day? Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, tell me where you're joining us from. And yeah, if you are enjoying this show, come on, share with us, of course. You know, it's so important for us to keep engaging and, you know, always keeping up to tabs as to how we're doing and all of that. Now, obviously, I'm in South Africa. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, I'm in the Josie States. I'm in the Josie. I'm in Johannesburg. That's where I am. But I'm originally based in Mahikeng, the Northwest, right? So yeah, and actually, I saw an interesting comment the other day. Is it the other day or this morning on social media? Someone was asking, um, is staying in Gauteng the best decision that you've ever made? So, meaning staying in Johannesburg, is that the best decision that you've ever taken? So, if you don't know, this is what happens, right? When you are not from Johannesburg, especially some of us that come from like villages and everything, we leave homes coming to our Johannesburg to just get greener pastures, right? So when you get here, you want to obviously get opportunities and build your life and somehow have some progress, right? Have some progress and build wealth and just do amazing, right? So that's what often happens when we come to Johannesburg. Now, well, for me, I was able to get opportunities here in Johannesburg, and I can proudly say that it has really made a huge impact in my life. And since today, I'm going to be about how I got to really repay my student loans and everything like that. Just to give you a story time, I can just attest to say that the opportunities that I got were able to help me to be where I am today. They were able to help me get more opportunities and all of that. I see Gooch is in the building. Morning, Tabby. What's the topic? So today we're talking about NSFAS repayment student loan. So we're talking about how you can repay your student loans, best way to financially plan for yourself, for your future. Be it as a student, I believe that right now we have people that have finished school a long time ago, but they still have outstanding student loans account, like student loan accounts that they haven't paid. So this video is to somehow guide you and somehow remind you that, hey, you have a loan that you haven't paid. So please make those payment, right? Now we have a couple of comments. We see that, okay, Kamza is saying, hey, beautiful, you look amazing. Please keep it like that, Ness. Much love, sweetheart. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Someone just said to me on TikTok that I look amazing, I look beautiful, and I should keep it up. I'll definitely keep it up. So thank you so much. All right. So let's check what's happening on the chat. Today's show is not really structured like usual, but we're just going to flow with what's flowing. All right. We've got a coach, Remy, our very own fitness coach. He's just super amazing. Good to see you, coach. Thank you for joining. We have Boyesile. Hey, Boy. Good afternoon to you. Well, it's still morning. It's still morning for me, but good afternoon if it's afternoon for you. Thank you so much for joining. So Boye is joining us from Saudi Arabia. Oh my word, how is Saudi Arabia? I mean, how is it like staying there? How is it? Tell us. We want to know. We really want to know. It's so nice to really visit other countries through my fellow South African audience, because you know you guys get to tell us the nice things that are happening out there and all of that. So definitely do share and tell us how's the experience there. Okay, all right, I'm gonna try to multitask and do something here. Okay, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, let's try something. Okay, guys, I'm trying different ways to put the other phone, but nevertheless, let's just continue. My apologies for my clumsiness, because I'm trying to really have a good angle of what I'm trying to do here. But nevertheless, we keep going. We are here. All right. Okay. Thank you for the patience. Now, so guys, okay, where do I start? I think let's start with the quote of the day. Let's start with the quote of the day so that I don't confuse the structure of what I'm about to say today. So, what is our quote of the day? Right, so our quote of the day is from that quote talking to someone? Is that quote talking to you? Because I feel like it's really talking to me right now. So the quote of the day, guys, it says, right? It's better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and regret. Good morning. The quote of the day says, it's better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and regret. Now, this is a quote by Joyner-Kersee, right? Now, the reason why I wanted to share this quote is because it's so important that as individuals, we understand the importance of planning. We understand the importance of financially planning ahead, right? Now, when you think about a student loan, when you think about the debts that you have, when you think about, those clothing accounts that you own and everything, when you think about having to repay and obviously make sure that you settle them and everything, sometimes it's possible for you to just carry on with life and forget that, hey, you know what, I've got debts I need to pay. I need to make sure that I close the accounts that are not necessary and all of that. And just so you know, I've never owned a clothing account. I personally have never owned a clothing account. So was it by choice? Well, you can say so. It was by choice, but at the same time, I honestly didn't see a need. Well, I know that by the time I had to take a bigger loan for something that was very important, I needed to have some kind of credit score and all of that. So obviously, if you don't have an account, if you haven't paid for something, it's a little bit difficult for them to track how you have been doing, right? But nevertheless, I never owned a clothing account, and I'm super glad that I never owned it. I never owned a credit card. So if you are here and you feel like credit cards are actually important, I know there's a financial coach or financial financial educators, financial influencers that will share with us. Some would say that having a credit card is somehow a good thing, but if you are responsible in terms of repaying it, then you will be okay. But I also never owned it. All right, I never owned it, but now we are not there. Hasikulap, right? So let me tell you my story. Should I tell you my story? But before I tell you my story, let me say this, guys. It's so important that you take note of the debts that you have and you work by all means to repay them. So try by all means to avoid debt, okay? Try by all means to avoid that skoloto, guys. So skoloto get into we're like, yo, guys, having to owe someone money, having to owe a company, having to owe, like, it's just not the greatest thing. But of course, like for example, something like school, you obviously have to like maybe get a loan for you to further your studies. I mean, had I not taken that loan, I wouldn't have maybe been able to get the opportunities that I got when I was in higher institutions, right? So it somehow benefited. So it's the same thing. I know that for one of the biggest projects that I got to do in my life, I needed to take, you know, a certain loan so that I can finish it up. All right. So having said that, it is important to take note that, okay, at some point you will need to do that, but be responsible and pay what you owe. Okay. Always pay. Now, let me tell you my story. I think I need to drink coffee for this. I need to drink coffee for this. Now, what is my story? So here's my story. Now, I got to I got an opportunity to go to university, right? But by that time, my family could not afford to really pay my fees because it was a little bit expensive. But obviously, at the same time, they didn't have the funds available at the time. So, meaning I was now forced to take a student loan. So, I took a student loan, which is NSFAS, right? NSFAS, it's a student loan, it's available at every school possible. You probably know about it. If you don't, just Google NSFAS to find out more, right? So I took a loan of about, and I'm not kidding you, of about, I think 10,000. Yeah, I think it was 10,000 if I'm not mistaken. It was 10,000 because I needed money to register. I needed money to I think pay certain things. So the agreement with me and my parents were like, okay, take this loan so that it can pay you for the like registration fee and all of that, right? All of those fees. So that's it was a while back, guys. So this was at the first university that I went to. So if you hear, you're probably wondering, okay, first university, what are you saying? Okay, guys, I went to two universities, right? I went to I went to Northwest University in the Northwest in Mahikeng. It's actually famously known as UNIBO. If you know that university, you know what I'm talking about, right? So that's where I started my university. That's when I got that student loan, right? So that's the first university that I went to. So I was there from 2005. Yes, guys, I'm that old. I'm that old. I went to university in 2000 no, in 2006 rather. So I finished my matric in 2005 and went to university 2006, right? So 2006, 7, 8, all the 3 years I was at that university, right? So I was using that student loan, and I also was using EduLoan. I think it's EduLoan. Yes. Was I using EduLoan then? Yeah, I think I was using EduLoan, right? So it was that, and then sometimes it will just be directly making payment to my student account and all of that, right? So everything went great and everything, but I somehow fell down the ladder because I was not really happy with my career, not my career, but I was not happy with certain subjects. I was not fulfilled anymore. So I wanted a technical school. I wanted to do something that I'll wake up every day and I'll just specialize. So that's what I actually wanted. Now, I then dropped out. Yes, I dropped out and went to a different university. Now, dropping out does not mean that the loan is just gonna now vanish, or whatever that I'm owing is no longer gonna be relevant. I still needed to pay the student loan, but because I'm still a student, so I can just go to any other university and still study and continue. It's not a problem. I can do that and I'll pay when I start working, right? Okay, fast forward, when I got to a second university, I started like first year. Lucky for me, I got an opportunity to get a bursary, right? I got a bursary, which I'm still grateful for till today. I appreciate the someone who made it possible, who is Dr. Nzwane, a very great, amazing philosopher. If you don't know him, just Google Dr. Nzwane, and or just Google Dr. Nzwane, the author. Just Google that. You'll probably see more of him. But he's just an amazing person. He is very knowledgeable, and I got to learn so much from him. So through his company, I was able to get a bursary, right? So that bursary was able to settle the rest of my outstanding fees and all of that. Now, still, even though those fees were settled, that did not mean that I did not have debts or whatever. So I still had to pay that student loan that I took from that first university, right? Now, I started working, well, I graduated. Yay! I graduated and I started working for a university. But when I was working for the university that I was studying at, which is TUT, I was working there for a while. Excuse me. I was not permanent. I was not a permanent employee. Excuse me. Hello, Masiba. Good to see you, Masiba. Askisiman. Sorry go sa go dumedise ditaba a ke re wa itse re bolela ditaba re mo. All right, so what was I saying? So when I started working for the university, I was not permanent, right? Actually, I was never permanent. I was a student assistant, which later moved to just a contract and everything, right? And then I later moved to a more permanent job, which I worked for a media and advertising agency. That is where I started working and earning at least full-time salary, where I was now able to say, okay, now that I'm working and I'm working full-time, I need to check, okay, how much do I owe? Who do I owe? Let me try to take whatever scholarship that I have and pay it and just be good, right? So NSFAS was the first in my mind, all right? So I contacted NSFAS and told them that, okay, I need to check out how my account is, what am I owing, what's my balance, and all of that. So I probably had an interest of about maybe over 8,000, if I'm not mistaken. Over 8,000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, almost double that, guys. Almost double that. And you know what? That's the sad thing about loans is that with the interest, you're gonna need to pay actually more. You're gonna need to pay more. All right. So fine. I made an agreement to say, okay, monthly, you guys will need to deduct a certain amount of money from my account, right? So that was the agreement, which was great. I think they were deducting about 400 and something rand each and every month. So that was fine. They were deducting. Years went by. And then I think around 20, No, I'm lying. Is it 20? Okay, right now it's 2021, right? I think 2019, that's when, or 2020. Okay, I'm not sure. No, I think it's 2019 towards the end, right? That's when I started having problems with them. Or was it 2020? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. But okay, fast forward. I can just check my stats, but I don't see the need. But all I'm going to say is that I started experiencing problems. Like I would make payments and my payments would not be captured by NSFAS. Yes. NSFAS team, if you're watching this, please, you guys, your incompetency is not great. It is not great. You need to do better. All right. I don't know if maybe it's the people that got to maybe carry over my account, because you know there are moments where you would have an account and everything is going smooth. You always get statements and everything. Everything is all good. But now, after a while, you like, there's a bit of inconsistency, and you wonder what's happening. Am I still working with the same people, or someone else has taken this? Like, there's a little bit of people are not incompetent. Like, I don't understand, you know. But that was the challenge that I was experiencing. So this is not me venting. I'm just trying to give you advice, guys. Okay, this is not me venting. But here's the thing: I started making payments, and for some reason my payments were not captured, whatever. And then I was taken to this debt collectors called NBD. Ooh, till this day, I feel like if I had an opportunity to say something about that company, I will tell the world that NBD collectors harassed me. They honestly harassed me because I would make payments through NSFAS and they would not see the updated statements and all of that. And I would get calls. I would get three people calling me in the same, three different people calling me the same day with the same request. And I'm like, no ways, guys. You are calling me. I just spoke to one of your consultants. How are you guys not communicating? How is it that when I speak to you and my information is not updated to say, okay, this person has been contacted? Like the way the system works, it's just, you know what, it's not great. So there's just so much that can be done, and this is also me giving a tip to what debt collectors companies or whatever, any company that works with individuals that needs to call clients and everything. Always follow up, check on your systems if there's some kind of communication that was done to avoid harassing your people and calling people every 2 seconds, because it's really not cool. It's really not cool. Okay, but anyway, we move right now. Fast forward. I started now engaging with NSFAS and explaining to them, to a point where I had to write emails where I just include wanting to speak to even management and just people at higher places. I even went to an extent of writing to Hello Peter because I felt like this is too much. This is too much for me. Now, okay, I feel like I'm venting, but it's fine. I am just trying to explain my experience and to somehow help you to also understand what goes on. So you're probably wondering, Patung, NSFAS can take your account to credit bureau and all of that. Yes, yes. NSFAS can take your account to debt collectors. If you didn't know as a student, or if you didn't know as anyone who has ever taken a student loan, if you never knew that your student loan can be taken to debt collectors if you're not paying and all of that, now you know. Now you know. So this is my advice to you, that work on checking out how far your account is, what's happening with your finance, student loans and everything. Try to figure it out, see if everything is up to date. Always ask for updated statements. So I think for me, when I started asking for updated statements, that's when I started having problems, because I would get an updated statement, and when I look at the interest, how it's calculated, it was just chaos. So you know what, I didn't do accounting or anything, and I know my numbers, right, finances and everything, but I would honestly never really pay attention to like how much interest is being charged here and everything. But because my husband, I'm married to a Ngondo husband who is very analytic and who is very alert on certain things, right? So I overlooked certain things like the percentage, the interest rate. Like maybe 2 months ago, they charged me an interest rate of what? Of 3%. And then the next thing, the interest is higher and all that. So it was just a lot of confusion, like, okay, what's happening? And then I started recalculating and all of that, did my spreadsheets. And when after recalculating everything, I realized, no, but actually, I'm not owing these people. They actually owe me. They are busy harassing me, asking for my money, but they are the ones that are owing me. So I don't owe them. Now, I queried, and unfortunately, I did not win. I had to pay whatever outstanding that they said I was owing, and I just wanted them to just get off my head. I was tired of them. I was tired of debt collectors calling me, and I was like, no ways. I did not get to the level that I'm in to be a bad payer. I have never been a bad payer, and I'm not going to start now through a student loan. No ways. No freaking ways. Okay. So I settled my account, and then that was it. That was great. Fine. Done. Okay. So, what am I saying? This is not me trying to speak bad about NSFAS. First of all, I am grateful, NSFAS, that you were able to help me with money so that I can further my studies. Even though at that first university I dropped out, it was still relevant because some of the courses or the modules that I did at that very first university, I got credited when I went to the second university. So it wasn't all lost. So meaning it wasn't a waste of money or something like that. It still paid off for me, and the experiences and the lessons were great for me to be in that university. All right. So I'm super, super grateful for those opportunities. Now, what am I saying? It's so important that you plan. Have a financial plan. So when you start working as a student, it's so important that you look at what you are owing, you consider making necessary payments so that you don't find yourself in trouble later, being taken to debt collectors when you could have just easily started working and set aside at least even 400 or 200 that you can repay your loan. So, what are the lessons that I've learned as a student and as a maybe newly employee? Because at the time, I believe that I was newly employed and my business was not doing that great. I was not getting much of business. So I can't say that I was really financially stable even in my business. So I was relying more on the company that I was working for, right? I was relying more on the finances that I was getting through the company that hired me. Which I also want to say, guys, by the name, my name is Lebogang. I have the other name, which is Lebogang, which means be thankful, be grateful. So I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I was able to use the skill that I have and be employed by the companies that got to employ me so that I'm able to live a better life, so that I was able to somehow even pay the debts that I had. Like, for example, the student loan, I managed to pay it. And it's all because I was given an opportunity to work and be paid for it, right? So as much as we get hired because we have a skill to offer, we have a service to offer, it's always important, guys, to say thank you, to be grateful for that opportunity. By the way, my middle name is Gratitude. I think I need to put it on my ID. Gratitude. Call me Gratitude, okay? Call me Grace. Gratitude, Grace, somewhere there. Those should be my names. All right. Now, where was I? So yeah, this coffee is delicious, guys. Oh, it's too nice. So yeah, no, I'm not good at this story time because I feel like I'm not flowing. But nevertheless, I'm hoping that you're taking something out of this. So what is my advice? My advice to you is that try by all means to look at the debts the student loans that you have. Well, obviously you probably have one student loan, right? It's so important that you start paying it early. You start paying it early because you might think that paying 200 or 400 every month, well, 400 or 500 every month, you must, Letabo, thank you. Letabo is saying we are learning. I am glad. I'm super glad. I'm super glad. Let me see you guys on the chat. We've got Masiba. Hey, Masiba. Yeah, go siame mma, good vibes. Ke a leboga rra. Ha ile gore ke di good vibes, ke a leboga. Letabo saying we are learning. Yay, I'm glad. Thank you so much, Letabo. Good to see you. So, like I was saying, guys, that's the experience that I've had. So, my advice to you is that please make sure that you start paying your student loan early. So you might be thinking that, okay, you know what, this video might not be relevant for me. I'm not a student. It's relevant for you if you've ever taken a student loan. And if you haven't paid it, it's even worse because you haven't paid it and there's still more and more interest that are just occurring. So the sooner you start paying, the lesser the lesser you'll pay, meaning you won't have too much of interest, right? So the sooner you pay, the better. The sooner you pay, the better. So a lot of people would say that I get like bona, I'll see it and everything. Unfortunately, NSFAS or a student loan or any type of loan, it's like a baby. It's a baby that you have that you can't really shy away from or you can't ignore. So your baby is gonna grow, right? And the more your baby grows, your baby demands more, right? So when your baby starts growing, it means that you need to buy new shoes, new size shoes, new clothes, bigger clothes, and all of that. When your baby grows to start school, you need to invest what money in taking your baby to school and all of that. When they start growing up, you need to what save up for them so that they can go to university. So a loan is like a baby. When you have it, it keeps growing because it's there. The more you have it, the longer you have it, it will keep growing. Well, obviously, in terms of a child, it's like a permanent thing, but with a loan, it's a temporary thing that you can try to fix in no time. But it grows, the interest grows, and the growth of your loan is not a good thing because when the interest grows, it means that you are expected to pay more money. Skoloto, guys. Imagine you took a loan, you're paying double, either sometimes you would even pay double that amount. So I think by the time I was starting with my repayments of NSFAS and all that, I started, making sure that what I'm gonna appreciate each and every cent. Well, I did that before, but some of us, I for one, started knowing about financial education at my late 20s. Well, early 20s actually, not late, but early 20s, which is really too late. It's a little bit too late. Why am I saying that? If I knew about how to financially secure myself from when I was like 16, 17 and everything, I would even understand the value of just a single cent. Guys, I started working when I was in the second university that I went to. Since 2019, I started working. I was a sales rep at some point. I was a student assistant tutor at some point. I was getting paid. Even if the money was not obviously that much, it was around 750. As a sales rep, I would get bonuses of about 1,000 rand or more. And if I was smart enough and understood the value of saving, I could have saved up a couple of hundreds and all of that. I could have done that, had a savings account that is so secure. But I only discovered that later, which is something that I am even instilling right now, not just to you, but I've instilled it also to my sister. I remember, I think on her 25th birthday, I don't know if it's 23rd or 25th. This is what I did. Instead of buying my sister a present, I gave 100 rand. I'm like, I'm gonna give you this 100 rand, and I want you to go and open a savings account with this 100 rand. Go and open this savings account, save this 100 rand, and after 5 years, I'm gonna ask you how much you still have, how much you have, or how much you've saved. So open this as a savings account and continue saving money that you have. So don't be like me. When I was 25, I was still trying to like, what's happening? Skip on what, I was still trying to figure out what's happening. Uh, ooh, I'm choking. So, and one of the reasons, guys, that you see a lot of people succeeding, a lot of people starting jobs, and they're able to maybe buy their cars or deposit what their own home or buy like their own houses and everything, is because they started saving early. They understood the value of saving. So understand the value of saving, right? Now, for you to save, you also need to consider understanding that you can't say you save money and you on the other side you're creating debts and all of that. You probably have clothes like I'm not calling out my brother, ne? My brother, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I love you so much, but my brother loves beautiful clothes. My brother, I sham. I even have a video, a vlog where he was just wearing nice clothes. That's my brother. He loves nice things, and I'm okay with it. I love it. He looks good. It's fine. He had a True Words account. And True Words is that company that will not play with you. They will send you letters, they will call you and all of that. And I was like, no, my brother, no. You don't need this. You don't need this. Can't you just make sure that you somehow save up money and go buy clothes for like in cash and not have this account, because you love clothes so much and you're always tempted to get new clothes and everything. All right. And I know that there's nothing wrong if you have an account but you keep settling it and everything, but sometimes it's not necessary, because sometimes you even take clothes when you don't need them, right? So to avoid that, rather close those accounts and just go to a shop with money in your hand or in your card, and then swipe for whatever that you want, and then you know that you're not owing any shop anything. You are sorted, right? So let's work on doing that. So now I'm going to ask you this question, and this question is a little bit personal. How many debts do you have? Like, who do you owe right now? I want you to take a list. I want you to take a list. So I guess we can do it together, right? We can do it together. So I want you to take a piece of paper. I want you to write, number one, what are you owing right now, or who are you owing? I want you to go, number one, who are you owing? Okay. If you're owing a student loan, write first, student loan. So if you have a home loan, write home loan. If you have a personal loan, write personal loan. Do that right now. Piece of paper, write the debts that you have. Okay. What else do you owe? I feel like I'm owing the university that I was in, because I did my BTech. And I remember when I got a car accident, I didn't finish my BTech. I just want to check if I'm not owing them. So I want to check. So I'm going to check, right? So for me is, okay, I know that I have a personal loan. Yes, I have a personal loan that I'm busy repaying now, which I believe that I'm doing good at it. It will get to it will be okay, all right? So there's a loan that I'm repaying. And then I am concerned. I want to check with the previous university that I went to, TUT, to see if I'm owing them anything. So that one is a question mark, right? I'll have to check my account with them. So do I have any other thing that I'm owing? Let me think. No, I don't. I'm not owing anyone anything. I don't have debts. I'm not owing I'm not owing anything. I don't have a clothing account, like I said. I don't owe anyone anything. Do I owe you something? I'm kidding, but I'm just saying, the only debt I have in my life is that personal loan that I took, which was for something very, very big and serious, right? So yeah, that's that one. That's the only thing. And that one of university that I need to clarify. So did you take note of what you are owing? Who are you owing exactly what? Who are you owing? Who are you owing, Letabo? Who are you owing Homemade by Sibu? Who are you owing? What company are you owing? Bui, Coach Remy, Masiba, who are you guys owing? Did you take note of that? So after taking note of all the accounts that you owe, that you need to pay, whether you have a credit card or whatever, please take note of them. And after doing that, I want you to prioritize them, to select a star. I mean, just put a star on a side to say, okay, this one is the highest priority. So meaning, okay, if the credit card, you need to close it, is the main priority, you click on it and then you circle it as the main priority, meaning you will need to work on a plan to what? To close down that account, to pay it off, right? So you can't say you keep saving and you have debts, because it's like you're going back and forth, right? Always try. Yes, you can save on the side and you can take a bit of money, put it on whatever loan or whatever debts you have. So what I'm trying to say is that, guys, let's avoid debt. Let's try to be a debt-free generation. Let's try to do that. And by doing that, we will also be helping the future generation. We will also be helping our own kids. I mean, I'm 34 right now, and God knows that tomorrow I might be pregnant and having my baby, okay? So that baby will need me to take care of her or him, and I will need to secure their future. So it's so important that I do not put a burden on my kids for them to pay for my to pay things that I should have really paid for before. So let's be money wise. Let's plan properly. Let's find a way to really work and understand our finances. Let's avoid unnecessary buyings. Like right now, Guntswembu, guys, Guntswembu Gurraf. Like, you know what? I'm talking totally down right now. Guntswembu Gurraf. Good blind, Buffet, good blind. What that means is that things are hectic right now. Things are tough. Things are tough. We are on survival mode, and you don't want to be on survival mode as a person. You don't want to be on survival mode. You want to try to make sure that you just, make sure that the things that are not necessary, you push them aside. The nice clothes that you love, guys, I love nice clothes and everything, right? But right now, when I buy what I need, not just what I want or what I just like for the sake of doing that. I buy what I need because I look at first, okay, what can I afford? Can I afford to get all of this? Can I afford to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, right? If I cannot afford to get 5 things, I check, okay, maybe I can get only 1 thing out of this, and it's okay. I just have a conversation with myself to say, hi, Ntabi, you know what? You can only afford 1 thing, my friend. Remember, you are your best friend. You have to talk to yourself, look in the mirror and say, you, my friend, I know we want those shoes, right? But hey, we cannot afford. I know you want that Peruvian weave, but we cannot afford. As a matter of fact, guys, this wig that you're seeing here is a wig, by the way. By the way, I'm real like that. I'm real. I don't hide anything. And I will not even deny you any information. So this weave, I don't know what quality this is, whatever, but yeah, it's nice and everything, right? Now I bought it for 600. I bought it for 600. Well, it was on special because I think it was around 700 and something or whatever. I bought it for 600 at Style Diva. That's what I bought it for. So if I see hair that is 2.5 or whatever, and I can see that I cannot afford it, I would rather go for the 600 that I know I can afford, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong. So be cautious of how you spend. Know what you're spending on. Don't spend on things that are not necessary. I'm not saying look trashy, don't look good, whatever. No, darlings, no. Always try to make sure that you look good, but look good, look presentable. Use whatever clothes that you have, or when you buy even affordable clothes that are still nice and suitable. Uskaba son, don't be like, hey, no, don't be, uskana son, I get again. But what I'm trying to say is that don't be that person who is, you know, you feel like, don't look like you want to be felt sorry for just because you are in debt. You need to focus on paying. Just don't avoid leaving. You need to leave a little and just spoil yourself a little, but always be cautious of what you're spending on and all of that. Now, all right, so so Sue says, I have a personal loan, home loan, car loan, finishing credit card now in August since Vision Money left RSA. I'm praying for you, darling. I am praying for you right now. I am praying for you, okay? I am praying for you. Yeah, I'm honestly praying for you. But the fact that you are finishing off your credit card is a good thing. It means that soon you'll be ticking that off and saying, okay, that's sorted, that's done. And then after that, you continue with other things. So, like for example, things like home loan and personal loans, those ones, guys, are still better because it's a long-term thing. It's a long-term investment. Maybe you'll need to pay it like what in 20 years or whatever. But it's so important that you don't overload yourself. Try to pay what you can, right? And if you have more money somehow, pay a little bit more so that you can reduce your what credit and everything, right? So let's have a comes and it's not paid by me, but I'm feeling it. Hey, hey. So now, Letha, tell me this. If you saying, okay, are you paying it off, or you just whoever who's paying it is paying it, and then you still taking clothes and everything? Because that's what I'm asking. Because for me, my advice is, I'm looking at your picture. You're still young. You're still young. I'm not sure how old you are, but I would like to believe that you're still young. So my advice is that even if you're not the one who's paying for it, you also need to know that you are responsible for it. Because if it's mainly you taking clothes and everything, you're responsible for that account, right? And even if maybe it's your parents or whatever, your siblings or whoever who's doing it, at some point they might feel like, no, you need to take over. So my view is, if you are paying it off, then happy days. Pay it off, close it, and just take what you need. What you need using cash, and then you're done. It will make life easy for you, I'm telling you. Paying off a quarter of my car loan balance in September, apart from monthly payments, that will be done by the end of next year. Okay, super. That's great. Well done. Yeah, no, that's the way to go. That's the way to get biki makmir, in Afrikaans they say biki makmir. So bit by bit, at least makes things more better. Okay, so I hate store credit. What? I hate store credit. I'm not sure. Oh, what is that? I'm not sure what icon is that. Okay, I know. Hey, yeah, store credit is something else. Letaba said, I once paid it off, but my other used the account again. I regret. I know, you learned the hard way. You learned the hard way, ne? No, try by all means. Sorry guys, let me quickly do this. No, try by all means to really close it off, because I know, guys. Uh, you know that the pain of that account. So close it off, and then if you guys need to buy something, buy it cash. Like right now, let's just be honest. Right now, like we were in a period of, I'll make an example using last year. You guys are aware that last year we hardly went out and all of that. It's like even the clothes that I'm sure that there's more and more clothes that you have in your wardrobe that you've never worn since this year has started, or since half of last year. You didn't wear those clothes. So what's the point of keeping of like keeping and having accounts and you still not utilizing it, you know? So yeah, I think it's always best to see how we can best save money and to just spend less, you know. I'm not saying there's like spending is wrong, but let's try to, you know, focus on investing our money or somehow saving up for something else, growing our wealth instead of paying for accounts and clothes, materials that will later worn out and they won't be of use, you know. So be like me and wear the Melin t-shirts. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Do look good, but you get my point. I hope you get my point. Invest in something that will grow for you, that will grow later and all of that. Be it clothing or furniture, I can't. If I can't buy it cash, then it's not a need. Exactly. uh, oh, I was in Tabby. House or car after graduating? Very good question. Very good question. My goodness. Okay. It depends. It depends, right? So it depends. I would say, okay, there are obviously jobs that would maybe require you to travel, and you might need to have that car, and it will make things easy for you in terms of traveling and all of that. Maybe it will be part of your job. But if you like, okay, let me tell you what I did. This is what I started with. I started with a house before a car, right? And by the way, this house was for my family, right? I was like, I'm not going to buy a car first and maintain a car and all of that. And on the other side, I'm trying to build a home or go with a car at home and all of that, right? So it's a little bit different for everyone. So for me, I feel like investing in property is the best thing to do. If you invest in property and buying property, you are secured. You know that this is a great investment. So if you can try a house first, then it would be great, because I feel like a car is something that you can get at a later stage. As much as car is a necessity, I feel like if you have other modes of transport, like I'll make an example, using like how train and making staying in an environment that is like closer to work or whatever, it is somehow better, because you don't necessarily need to spend on petrol or whatever. It's just a shorter distance, so it's manageable. Even if like there's many modes of transport now, so you can use that. So I don't think it's a problem. Well, maybe I'm speaking because I used that for the longest time, but my view is, if your work does not really expect so much from you in terms of a car, or it doesn't require a lot of movement, then it's okay to firstly start with property. All right. Yes, I know that having your car is the best thing, is the best feeling, because it somehow put everything at ease. You get to just relax. You get to be at a level where you just have the freedom to go wherever. And maybe there are some right now feeling like, I wish I had a car. Now it's covered. I don't want to be in public transport because of other people, putting my life at risk and everything. But when we look at the bigger picture, property for me would be ideal. That's me right there. That's me. But at the same time, also look at your finances. How much are you earning? How much are you making? Can you be able to somehow afford to say, okay, I'm going to make a good deposit for my house. And then after making that good deposit, I still have a reasonable small car that can, take me from one point to another, which is not in like high in maintenance, which is not high in insurance and all of that. So also calculate all of those things and see if you will still be okay. So that is my view. See if you will still be okay. But if I can say this, I would say for a car, something like a car and a house, it's always great if you have a good deposit that you can secure for the car or secure for the house, and somehow manage the rest as you go. But be realistic about how much you're earning. Be realistic about how much you're spending every month. About, like, let's say for example you buy a car, and then where you're working, you will need to travel like 2 hours a day, like 2 hours every day. So meaning if you travel for 2 hours, it means 2 hours going there, 2 hours coming back. 4 hours, that is petrol on its own. You need to be able to calculate all of those things. So this is what I did for myself, right? Something that I did for myself, and be it having a car or not having a car, everything that I've always looked for is that I want to work in an environment that is closer or that is convenient for me. So where I work, I wanted to be like a closer place. So when I firstly started working, obviously I didn't buy property at the time. I was renting. When I worked in Four-Way side, I got a place that side. When I worked in Sandton, I got a place in Sandton. When I worked in, I think those are the companies. When I worked in Pretoria, I got a place closer to work. So I had to make sure that there's convenience, right? So try to always look for convenience and see what works better. So I think your salary will say a lot, and your debts will also say a lot about what you need to do, right? Whether you should, a car is a necessity, yes, but realistically, so if you can still, use public or do a lift club with your colleagues or whatever, you can still do that for a while, and then when you are all good, you can do it. Especially if you're starting your job, it's always good to just somehow see how things are working out, have a good balance of things before you can start moving. So I hope I'm making sense. That's just my view. Steve saying we don't know the right investment and terms and conditions. Okay, but Steve, it's so important that when you do not know the right investment and terms and conditions, it's so important that you find that out. Whether you have a bank or you have a loan or you have you want to invest into something and everything, you need to find out what's the best investment that you can do, like which is the best platform to really put your money, and not just put it to just sit there, but for it to grow. So there's many reasons. So you can't just say you don't know the best investment. There's information all over. Ask someone, ask the professionals as to how best can you grow your money, which bank, which you can ask. Everything, guys. For you to know something, you have to firstly ask, and then you'll get information, and you'll eventually get things done. Simple as that, in my opinion. All right. House, hands down, I'd say save. Okay, exactly. You agree with me? A house would be the best first investment that you can put in. I'm also vouching for a house first, but also saying that if maybe your job requires you to travel, then you don't have a choice. You might need to have that car, because maybe that car is somehow a way to also make you more money. Because I know companies that they will require you to work and travel a lot. And when you travel, obviously they would pay you even more and all of those things. So there has to be a balance in a way. I'd say save so that when you go to the bank, they take you seriously. Yes, yes. There's nothing like going to a bank and your hopes are up and they give you nothing. Ish. Yeah, hey, yo. Yeah, no, definitely. When we first attempted to buy a house, we weren't prepared. Credit score was amazing, but you know how banks are. Yeah, they want to hang you by the neck. Saved for 3 years, got a fixed upper, and all that. I know. That's banks for you, right? That's banks for you. That's why, something that my husband always said was before before you can just make a decision, try to also compare or get some kind of what different banks, and just try to see what options they have and find that out from them. Don't just take whatever that they're saying. So it's also important to do that. Don't for us not to just jump into something, or when a bank says no, we can only do this and all that. Try to compare and see which one could actually give you a better rate and all of that. So most definitely, most definitely. But yeah, I think saving is the way, guys. Saving is the way. Oh, Tenji Matenji, good to see you. Our honorable one. Sawubona, beautiful family. Sawubona, siyajabula ukukubona namhlanje. Siyajabula sikubonile izolo bobhizi nixoxa. Yazi bekumnandi izolo ngibonile, yazi ngibonile. Bekumnandi man. Siyabonga, siyabonga. Thank you. So yeah, guys. So it's really a good thing to somehow have a good understanding of money and all of that. Fix up the house cash. Cut out the luxuries. When can someone write this down? Can someone write this down, guys? Can someone write this down? Because this is points. Cut down luxuries. Fix one room at the time. Girl, you. Before you know it, the house will be done. And don't stress. Do what you can. Take a breather. It's a lifetime investment. Exactly. It's a lifetime investment, especially a house. You can never finish a house. You can never finish a house. You will build a house today. You will put tiles today. You will put furniture, and then next year you will see the paint going. You will have to repaint or whatever. I love what you're saying. It's so important that you cut out the things that are not necessary, guys. Cut out the luxuries. Letlhogonolo says, hi Letlhogonolo, true, one step at a time. Exactly. Exactly. Sibu Letlhogonolo on TikTok agrees with you. One step at a time, guys. You cannot do everything all at once. And Rona, the young generation, we are busy trying to compete with our peers because they have beautiful homes. I'm having my friends over at my house. I want to make sure that when they get there, my house is on point. When they get there, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things done. You want to put yourself in debt and all of that. So my advice to you, ladies and gentlemen, do not do things out of pressure, because you will be in debt and you will not have those people giving you monthly income to pay whatever that you need to pay. You will be on your own. So work with what you have. And like I was saying, it's good to have beautiful clothes, nice things, but try by all means to cut out on the things that are not necessary. try to cut out a little bit. If you used to buy what a pair of maybe about 4 items of clothes within a month, or maybe during a particular season, try to cut them down to like 4 of them or 2 of them, so that you can somehow save up more money. Your friends will not do much for you, so stop trying to compete, guys. You can make your space look nice with whatever that you have. And if you can, invest in one thing one time, like one step at a time. So if you've seen a pair of maybe a piece of furniture somewhere, if you can invest in that and maybe save up for it, or maybe lay by it, because sometimes obviously you will need to lay by to secure it. If you can do that for a period of like 3 months, it's okay. Within the 3 months, you will get it. It will be there. Don't put yourself in debts and want to buy everything all at once. It doesn't work. Guys, it doesn't work. So work with what you have. Only you know your bank account. Like, guys, let's be honest. I only know you guys don't know how much I have on my bank account, and I don't know how much you have on your bank account. So if you try to live a perfect life and all of that, or misuse even the money that you could be investing in something that is good, and hoping that I will be excited and we will say, oh, she's living a good life and everything. Yes, we will admire you, but if it's killing you and you are filling it up to here, then it's your problem. It's not ours. Lapo, I haven't even started, but have a plan in action. Spring won't see me coming. Focusing on things that don't charm my pocket. Exactly, Queen. Exactly. Exactly my point. So that plan, stick to that plan. That's why I was saying the list. Put a list and write down all the things that you owing. Even if there's someone that you owing. You know what? I want to do a video about this person who owes me 500 rand and never got to pay me back. If you are even owing people, write them down. Pay people, because you won't be rich if you don't repay people. Designer clothes, get out of fashion, and a home is forever. Exactly. That's why I was saying that the clothes that you have, they will be worn out at the later stage. They won't matter. And even if they don't wear out, like you'll be wearing something, maybe I don't like it. It doesn't. Why you do, like, why are you buying? Are you buying things for yourself? Are you buying expensive things because you want to please other people? But I love this point that Tenjiwe is saying. Designer clothes, they'll be out of fashion. And even if they are not getting out of fashion, but compare designer clothes and your home. Compare your designer. Are you gonna sleep on top of your designer clothes? Are those designer clothes going to protect you from the rain and the storms? They're not going to. So be wise in terms of what you're investing in. Invest in something that will be very valuable. And a lot of people, or some people, will think that having conversations like this, or speaking about saving, speaking about avoiding buying certain things, it means that you probably don't have money, or you don't have enough money to afford all of those things. Sometimes it's not all about that, guys. It's your choice of things, or having a choice on what you should be investing in. Right? Let's make an example with Mark Zuckerberg. Mark wears one t-shirt, a gray. Maybe now things have changed a little bit, but Mark Zuckerberg he always wears this gray, gray shirt, right? This gray shirt, and there's nothing wrong. It's okay for him. It's fine. Like, he doesn't even worry about clothes and everything. And we have an issue of us wanting to wear nice designer clothes just because we want to show people that we have the money. You don't need to show us that you have the money. You have the money. Even if you buy nice things, buy them for yourself. Don't show us the money, because rich people don't do that. People with money don't do that, man. I know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me read your comment. Thinking of starting a one-room challenge for summer. Hopefully, we'll be back on the shelves, because stress when things don't go my way. Yo, girl. I know. Good luck. Good luck. Check your pockets first. Check your pockets first. Make sure that you have everything that you need. Don't just jump into it, eh? Don't just jump into it. Just assess the situation first, and then when you're all sorted, then it's all good. You can go ahead with it. Yeah. No, pace yourself. You know what? It's okay to pace yourself, guys. It's so okay to pace yourself. You're not in competition with anyone. So pacing yourself in this world is the way to go. Little Honola, thank you so much for the rose. Yeah, I got 3 roses from Little Honola. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm getting roses on TikTok. Thank you, Little Honola. So it means you guys need to like. So since I'm getting roses on TikTok, you'll this side needs to like the video, okay? Thank you so much. And if you're watching from Facebook, do consider coming here to YouTube, okay? But yeah, nevertheless, awesome stuff. I am Real Talk with Ntabi on all social media platforms. Don't forget, you can check me out here, of course. Those are my handles. That's Real Talk with Ntabi everywhere, okay? Most definitely, exactly, my queen, exactly. So I honestly feel like we need to really plan better, and I think this code was even speaking to us when it said, it's better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and regret. So all this, what this means is that, guys, preparation, having a financial plan is the way to go. So this is really a message that I wish for you to take, and a lesson and some kind of a wake-up call, because I do believe that every now and again we need a wake-up call. We need a wake-up call, guys. Let's fix our finances. And you know what? Something about us individuals is that we are quick to forget. We are quick to forget. That's why you even have people that would get millions. You see this, what do you call this? I blew it. There's this show called I Blew It. Who knows that show? I Blew It. There's this show called I Blew It. And we were having a conversation about it the other day. So it was myself and my brother and my husband. We were talking about it, and one thing that we were saying is that before a person gets money, they will say that when I get $1 million, I'm gonna do this. When I get $1 million, I'm gonna do that. When I get $1 million, I'm gonna do that. So before you get that million, you start saying, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and all of that. When that money comes, you forget. When the money comes, you forget. Already, you have forgotten what you need to do, and then you use the money for something else. So that's why I'm saying, guys, let's not really be too excited. If you have more money coming in, like now, I mean, I'm a designer, I'm self-employed, right? And me being self-employed it means that, okay, when I get clients that need a couple of work or whatever, when I pay myself, if there's a bit of more money and all of that, I need to be careful in terms of how I use it. I need to use it wisely. I need to be money wise. Like, guys, I refuse to really struggle in this life. I don't want to struggle. I don't know about you, but I don't want to struggle. I don't want to find myself leaving my life and feeling like there's no direction, or not being able to just even go for a vacation and all of that. So the decisions that you make today will somehow shape your tomorrow. What you decide today will determine how things will turn out tomorrow. What you decide today will somehow help you to decide how things happen at the later stage. So plan today. Have a financial plan. Guys, it's never too late. I guess often as individuals we'll feel like, oh, you know what? This is not it. Like, it's too late. It's the same thing you would say, it's too late for me to start a YouTube channel. It's too late for me to to work on my business. It's too late for me to invest. It's too late for me to do all of that. Like, it's too late for me to save. I only started knowing about saving now. It's never too late, guys. It's never too late. So imagine not doing something now while you're still thinking about it. And then later, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you look back, you're like, yo, if I had just started, I could be far. Because our challenge is that we want quick results. You want to invest 100 rand today, and then tomorrow you want to get 1,000,000. It's impossible. You want to buy nice things today and expect to still live a fulfilled, blissful life tomorrow while you are not preparing today. And financial education for me is very important. I personally had to, okay, I'm going to show you guys. I think it's important that we, sorry. Hello, King. Hello, King. Hello, King. Hey. Our Oswaka, King Waremo, how spell us and oh, hello, Oswaka. Abuti, hello, welcome. So, guys, I'm one of those that honestly needed to somehow learn so much about finances, because I was not fortunate enough to have my parents telling me about how to best save money, how to best protect every cent that I have. I never got to have that. Even in school, unfortunately, I was doing math and science in high school. I never did like your accounting or whatever, so I didn't really know much about money and all of that. So now in my life, when I'm starting to be wise and I start investing even in books that will somehow help me to really make better moves. You know, this book speaks about assets, goals, investment, debts, black tax, which is, hey, another story, black tax. Ne? So I have this book, and this book, I have it mainly because I want to be better financially. I want to be able to manage my finances. I want to be able to really have a good relationship with money, know exactly how to use money, how to save money, and all of that. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So this is my way of saying that it's never too late, even if you didn't know much about money, saving, and all of that. It's never too late for you to start learning. So we have a King Libya saying, talking about this is love. I used to have a serious challenge about it until I met my wife. Then things started to change. You see now, that is a great thing. So the fact that you met your wife, so it means that your wife was able to somehow play a good role in your life. I guess it's a little bit the same with me, because my husband is more clued up in the finances and all of that. He has a spreadsheet, everything. He has a spreadsheet, like you will see everything, how much money we spend in the house, all of that. He has all of that. So I also got to be blessed to have someone who has more knowledge, which now made it even better for me to have more interest in knowing how to better my finances and all of that. So really invest in things that will somehow help you to better your finances, guys. It's not too late. I just want to say this is not too late. Whether you're older than me, I'm 34. I'm turning 35 next year. I'm not even afraid to tell you my years. I'm not even afraid to tell you how old I am. But all I'm going to say to you is that it's not too late. Even if you are 40, you can still make better financial choices. Do not really put your your children or your extended or your dependents, don't put pressure on them to really carry your load. Because the truth is, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and act like no, everything was perfect. You know, my family was able to tell me everything about finances. It was never the case. And the sad thing is that I never got to understand certain things or how my parents got to use money and everything, which somehow certain things or certain choices, they got to affect us as young people, as the kids and all of that, right? So it's so important that we all work together. So meaning right now, my husband and I have a responsibility to make sure that our kids have a better secured future financially. Our responsibility is to make sure that our kids know more about money, how to save, and all of that. So it's never too late. It's never too late. As a matter of fact, you know what? I wanna challenge myself. I'm not done reading this book. I want to challenge myself to really finish this book because I feel like if I'm not finishing reading a book about something that teaches me about making my moves and what fixing my finances, if I'm not finishing this book, it means that I'm setting myself back. So I'm challenging myself, and you're my witness. I'm challenging myself to finish this book. I was really reckless about money, you see. So if you used to be reckless with money and then you start finding someone who knows better, like who knows how to better use money and all of that, it becomes easy, right? It becomes easy. You now have a better perspective. You know the best ways to handle money. So it's a good thing. I love your wife, when King Liban. I love your wife, and just respect to her that you were able to do that. And I think that's the beauty about the people that we live with, right? That's the beauty of the people that God sends into our lives. You can have someone, it can be your husband, it can be your wife, who is very skilled in terms of finances, and they somehow make you see a better light when it comes to using money and saving money. So I think it's a win-win situation. But please, if you can, do not wait for someone else to come to really teach you about finances. Start now, start learning how to best use money. If you have debts, work on repaying your debts. If you have those, please work on that. And buy what you can afford, guys. We love really investing in things that we cannot afford. Just because it's nice, it's a nice to have. Guys, I wish I could have a smag kettle. I want a smag kettle. That kettle is what? That kettle is 2.5. I think 2.5 or whatever. The smag, right? But now, if I go and buy the smag kettle of 2.5, I will also want to have a smag toaster, which will probably be around the same rate, right? So, and then after that, I will also want what? Probably the smag fridge. You get my point. So it's so important to be realistic and say, okay, can I actually afford this? Just because I have 2.5 in my hands does not mean that I can afford this. If I invest that 2.5 on just one thing and then that's it, when it's finished, it's finished. What am I saying? it means that I cannot afford it. So let's be realistic. There are things that we love. I love smack. It looks cute. And obviously, I think it's a luxury and all of that. And all of that. Maybe you might not see the beauty of it, whatever. But is it something that I can invest in? No, I don't have that kind of money. And I'm not just going to buy a smack kettle when I need to have a set of everything. So I would rather stay with the kettle that I have, whether it's Russell hops, whatever, it's fine. It's what I can afford. It's okay. And it's okay to understand that the things that you wish to have, if you cannot afford to have them, it's okay. If you can afford to invest in them or budget bit by bit, it's okay. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Okay. King Libya says, I've seen a huge change. So I'm glad. I'm glad. That is super awesome. Thank you guys for joining. Much love and appreciation. Let's see what the chats are saying here on YouTube. Dun, dun, dun. So we've got what? Walk with or saying here to increase the time view. I hope you're not just here to increase the time view, but you're also here to learn. Teach the young girls wants to be responsible. Yes, responsibility, guys. Responsibility is the way to go. When you're responsible with your finances, you are at a better stage. Okay, you're at a better stage. That's the way to get. When you are responsible, is the way to go. Awesome stuff. It's never too late to do something. There are different word to maximize any plan. You said it. You said it, Queen. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. It's never too late. It's never too late, guys. I want to do better financially. I feel like each and every day it's an opportunity for me to learn something. I mean, lately I've been investing in a few gadgets and all of that and everything. But I'm very cautious as to, okay, what do I need? I feel like I need a better mic right now. But I look at, can I afford to get that now? Can I just decide, okay, let me budget and say, okay, I'm going to save up this amount of money every month and then buy it. You know, so let's really be cautious about how we spend money. Here's a tip of life. I love this. Income equal to assets, expense liability. You said it, Queen. That is the education right there. That is, in summary, how financial education should be looked at. Your income equals to asset, right? Expense liability. So very important. Very important. Different ways, not different way. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I kind of got it. I kind of got it. Okay, sorry. I also said would, I think. When I read it, no, my English as well. But yeah, guys, nevertheless, that's really what I wish for us to really look into. We really need to look into doing better financially. We don't have it all figured out, but we need to do something. We don't have it all figured out, but we need to do something. And one thing that we realize right now is that in the middle of a crisis, you start looking at your pockets and then you're asking, okay, what do I have? How much do I have? You start looking in your pockets and you're like, am I going forward or am I going backward? Right? And it's so good to have beautiful, nice things and all of that. It's so great. It's a good feeling. Let me tell you a bit of a story. So I used to like when I'm feeling down or when I'm just not feeling great, I would go to a shop and maybe buy myself something new. And it will make me feel better. It will make me feel so good about myself. But now, is that the right approach? Because if maybe I'm not in a good mood, or I'm not feeling well, if I'm gonna now go and take whatever money I have to go buy something just because I just want to feel good, is that the best way to do it? Is that the right way to do things? I don't think it's the right way to do things. I don't think it's the right way to do things because maybe I'm just taking money that is not supposed to be used for that. Maybe that money could have been used for something else, right? That money could have used for something else, but instead I am investing it in just a short-term fulfillment, because I'm going to be fulfilled and have that nice thing, and then after that it's done. It's like me, when you're thirsty, you'll need to drink water, then that's it, right? Not drink cold drink, and then, because you'll drink cold drink and you'll still be thirsty because you were thirsty for water, not cold drink. So if you're going through the most and then therapy makes you feel better, I find other ways to deal with the problem. I know girls will be coming from me for me saying, Tabi, no, 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 no. We deserve that ice cream, that what the big tub of ice cream. We deserve it when we're not feeling our best and everything. Yes, I know, but if you cannot afford something, don't. Let's have a conversation with our minds. I think mindset change or mindset transformation works a lot with what triggers your mind, and in a moment of in a moment of pain, in a moment of sadness, in a moment of anger and all of that, there has to be that part in your brain that speaks to you. If when you're mad or when you're angry, the part of your brain says, you know what, start the car and then just go and go stay at a luxurious hotel, and come back after the whole weekend is over, and then you spend money. No, you need to think. There has to be something in the back of your head to say, is this good for me? Is this worth it? Should I be investing in this? Should I? You need to ask yourself all of those things all the time. Keep saving up. Black Friday is around the corner. Who knows? Maybe you'll get that vlogging camera you were talking about. Hey, girl, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Are we even going to have Black Friday this year with the looting that has happened? Hi. I don't know. I don't know, guys. The way South Africa was looted and all of that, I don't know. And I'm so sad. I'm hearing that. Okay, I'm not going to be talking about all this, but I'm hearing that all the goods or the items that were stolen and everything, apparently they're going to be destroyed. That's what I'm hearing. Apparently, I'm not sure. Apparently, I'm not. I can be. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm like, guys, all the things that have been stolen, destroyed. Yo, guys, imagine furnitures. Well, I won't count food. Imagine furnitures and all of that. Machines, fridges, TVs, like destroyed. Hey, guys, yeah, no, it's hectic in South Africa. It's hectic in South Africa. But then I stand to be corrected. I'm not sure if that's the truth. So you are so right. Saving up is the way. Saving up is the way. You know what? I've made a decision. I've decided that the vlogging camera, I'll work hard on YouTube and create more content and make sure that somehow I get monetized and make a couple of money to really buy that camera. I don't know. There's that part in my mind. But then again, I don't even know. I don't even know how much YouTube pays, because well, what I know is that for every 1,000 views, YouTube pays you $1, and $1 is like what, 14 rand. But I know for a fact that somehow it should be an investment for the equipments, because that's how I look at it. I feel like whatever income I make on YouTube should somehow invest in YouTube, right? But of course, it's still going to take a bit of time. I will definitely save so that maybe I can meet YouTube halfway, because hey, no, it's not like I'm going to get paid $1 million, So but we start somewhere and we evolve, we grow, and like I am so bang herdile. Bang herdile. I am so hurt right now. I'm so hurt. Like, I can't. I like, if that's the case, I'm like, mm-mm. Because that's what I thought. Why aren't they auctioning them? You know? But now the big question is that when they auction, who's gonna be benefiting from the money? Where's the money gonna go? That's the big question. I don't know. They should auction the to recoup the loss. But now when you're saying that, I will buy what I will maybe you come to my house, you come to someone who stole a fridge of a particular brand, and you find that that particular brand is from wherever, a different company or a different shop, a different store. So how will you know which company deserves to get that money? Unless it's an issue of the money needs to be divided amongst the all the stores that are affected. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know how best they're gonna do it, but yeah, if they're gonna destroy them, for me, I'm like, because imagine destroying the little that you already have, like destroying that when there's no money, when people are still struggling to this date. That is it's a challenge on its own. So I'm hoping that it's not the case. I'm hoping. I just hope. I just hope. I just hope. So we don't know. We'll just see how things goes. Like we'll just see. But yeah, nevertheless, let's really hope for the best. We can really hope for the best in all of that. So yeah, guys. So as I was saying, honestly, working on learning about finances, financial education is the way to go. Like, is the way to go. And knowing how to use every cent that you have is the way to go. Every cent counts. If you can understand that every cent counts, you will see the value of making money. You will see the value of even having money coming into your account and wanting to see it grow and all of that. One of the reasons why you also need to consider having other streams of income, let's say if you are not obviously financially stable, having other streams of income is another way to help you. So let me speak to maybe the young generation that are starting up on social media and all of that. I'm talking your TikTok, I'm talking your YouTube and all of that. I can talk about your Herbal Lives or this other products, selling of products to make extra money and all of that. If there's an opportunity to do something like that, then do it. Do it so that you can somehow build your finances, so that you can somehow build or better your finances. And when you're busy working or somehow getting extra cash or building more in whatever that you're doing, it's so important to also remember that taking a little bit, putting it there, it won't hurt, it won't harm. Work on that. Even 50 rand makes a difference, guys. Imagine if you had to put 50 rand away every month. Imagine if you had to put 50 rand every month. 50 rand away every month. 50 rand. 50 rand. Not much, 50 rand. Well, I'm not saying do that, pay 50 rand. There's so much more that you can pay, right? There's so much more that you can save. And there's financial channels here. There's a guy by the name of Ivan Sambo. So let me see if I cannot get his let me see if I cannot get his channel name so that I can share it here. You can see it. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. Ivan Sambo. Yeah. Ivan Sambo, he teaches about finances, right? And like his channel is growing, guys. Like it's super growing. And the fact that it's growing, it means that a lot of, like, more and more people are seeing the need to learn about finances, right? So this is Ivan Sambo's YouTube channel. So that's his channel right there. So it's financial content, like it's all about financial content. How to invest in your 20s, how to earn money as a student in South Africa, best way to invest, and all of that. Top EFT shares, shares rather, okay. What you should invest in, like stock market and all that. 5 ways to invest 500 in South Africa. So maybe you're out there and you're like, I wish I have 500. How can I invest this 500? So a video like this can really say much or help you in some way, right? It can help you. So if you're out there and you wish to find out more, consider watching those videos. Consider watching his channel and learning how you can invest that 500 rand. Financial education, guys, is the way to go. We grow by learning. We grow by getting all the necessary education from other people. We learn by constantly improving, constantly working on our craft, constantly getting guidance from those that have more knowledge. So you honestly cannot be doing things alone. The truth is, you can't be doing things alone. You can't do doing things alone. Okay? So learn as much as you can. Learn as much as you can, guys. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. So we have a comment. Yeah, it's quite hectic. Cebu is quite hectic. Like, it's quite hectic. With compound interest, everything turns into something. Even 50 rand, there's a channel and your ledger for finances where they have created EYL University. Really? I will have to check it out. That's super awesome. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. You know, we honestly need to invest in such, guys. I mean, like I'm saying, information comes free for us. Financial education comes free. There's even here on TikTok, there's people that have channels and have pages, or they go live, they speak about ways to invest, way to save, and all of that. I am not talking about the scammers and the so-called Bitcoin people that are fake and all of that. Okay, traders that are fake. There are traders that are actually good. And I'll make an example. Blind Guy, his wife, their lives on their show, they normally have audience that do trading, that explain how trading works and everything. So you would want to watch or check out such channels that are legit, not getting people spamming your accounts, or even on Instagram or ever commenting and saying, hey, I know so and so made so much money. Like, you can spot scammers just like that. You have fake accounts on social media. Like, this is how you would spot it. You would see that this channel or this Instagram page was actually, or Facebook page, it was actually created like a few hours ago. You can see that they've got 50 pictures. All the 50 pictures were uploaded on this day. It's because someone decided to use someone's name, put whatever name, or someone else's picture. They took someone else's pictures, use a different name, and then put all the nice luxurious pictures of the beautiful life that they're living or maybe a vacation or whatever, so that you can be attracted to that and buy into that. Why? If you're going to be doing that, it means that there's something wrong. So rather really invest or learn from those that are doing things legitly so, and that are even real about their identity, who they are, and all of that. They are open about what they're doing. So a lot of people are getting scammed because they are desperate to get money, and they're not looking at the red flags or certain things that might not be true on that. So you better be you better, like, jy moet wakker word. Yeah, that's the word. Jy moet wakker word. So, do you have any comment here? No one is commenting there. When we start somewhere, then we learn to become investors and not consumers. Exactly. Exactly. That is so true. That is so true. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Really, guys, we need to learn. We need to somehow better our way of using money. There's no other way. There's no other way. I mean, I am personally learning so much, and I am, looking at. I don't have a lot of debts, but I'm like, I need to close out any debts that I have. Like, I might not have a lot, but I need to find a plan to just get rid of it. I don't want to have debts. I don't want to be owing anyone anything, right? Yes, there are debts, or whether it's a loan or whatever, that you might need to look at long term and be realistic. Yes, but when there's an opportunity to pay off something, do it. Do it, guys. Don't put it out for a while and find yourself, in trouble, or find yourself, not knowing what to do with your finances. So really work on that. Really work on that. Have that financial plan. Have that financial plan. So you need to plan ahead. You need to plan ahead. You need to plan ahead. So between you and me, is there anyone who is saying that, okay, I will somehow invest a little bit of something this month? This month is about to end. Maybe let's say, I know you were not ready to start, or I kind of caught you off guard. Are you going to say that by the end of this month, you're going to put something away, even if it's 50 Rand? And maybe next month you can increase it a little bit. Can you start that? Can you do that? Or if you have been saving, do you think that you can just have a bonus saving and put an extra 50 Rand just for this month? For the end of this month? Just for the sake of this show. For the sake of this show, can you invest extra 50 Rand on your savings? So when it grows, you will remember that, hey, you know what? Real Talk with Ntabi once said, save an extra 50 Rand, and look at it now. The 50s got to grow. The 50s got to grow. So let's do something, guys. I refuse to be poor. I refuse to be broke. I refuse to be poor. I refuse to just have nothing. I refuse, right? I refuse. I would rather invest my skills, my knowledge in working and doing whatever to help me build a financial freedom. At the end of the day, we all want financial freedom. We all want to have that financial break. So let's work on that. Let's work on that. It's never too late. Like I said, let me read my t-shirt again. Achieve excellence. Achieving excellence every step of the way. Okay. Oh, my tummy is showing. Sorry. Sorry, guys. My tummy was showing on TikTok. So what this t-shirt says, achieve excellence every step of the way. So let's work on achieving excellence every step of the way. Okay. Achieving excellence every step of the way. So obviously, courtesy to Damelin College for blessing me with this t-shirt. It is so beautiful. I love it. Like, I love it. Like, it's so nice. Like, can you guys see though? Can you guys see how nice my t-shirt is? Like, I feel like I'm going to take a picture and post it just to credit them, or maybe I'll just hide it like this. so that I don't show. But I'm not hiding anything. I'll just showcase them. So yeah, guys, all I'm saying is that work on your craft, work on being better, work on your finances. It's never too late to do anything. If you have a student loan, do everything that you can to repay it. Do your best. You can repay it. It won't happen by day, but the decisions that you make each and every day will help you make better choices. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Challenge ourselves to check out 3 new financial channels by the next month. Knowledge and acting on it will keep you not poor. Okay, all right, I agree. Challenge accepted. Ding! Challenge accepted. Okay, let's assume this is you. Ding! Yeah, it's on. It's on. I've accepted the challenge. So the challenge is that we are going to invest time in checking out channels or platforms, 3 platforms that speak about finances, teaches about finances. Yeah. And of course, another challenge of mine is to finish this book. Ding. This is my other challenge, to finish this book. That's my other challenge, right? So this book is by Nicolette Mashile. In case you guys are wondering, it's by Nicolette Mashile. So Nicolette Mashile has a YouTube channel, by the way. It's called the Financial Bunny TV. So yeah, I think we can close this up by showcasing her channel, and we'll be out of here. The Financial Bunny TV. Yeah, it's called the Financial Bunny TV. So I'm going to show you her channel, and you're welcome to check it out. You're welcome to check it out. Nicolette Mashila is her name. So that's that, Financial Bunny TV. So she speaks on, you know what, learning about money, delay. This 2 I haven't watched. You see, look at this question. Look at this one. This is quite interesting. Okay, this is quite interesting. The question here is, do you go shopping as entertainment? Are you just doing shopping because it's entertainment? So that's a question that we have for you. Nevertheless, that is what you can do. I'm going to be working and I'll check it out as well. So I think we can end this here. I just want to say thank you so much for being here, for being a part of the story, and really learning what you're able to learn and taking in as much as you could. 2 hours can be a little bit overwhelming, but you know what? We had to do what we had to do. So you have given 2 channels already. You see, 2 already. So you also you also mentioned 1, right? So it means that we already have 3. We already have 3. So you can recommend maybe 1 or 2 as well, because the ones that are here, I already know them. So if there's any other one you can recommend, then I'll check it out. So I hope that everyone else who's here also was able to grab something from that, right? So guys, as much as I would love to just be here, I feel like I need to also get out of here and now go to my laptop and go and somehow make money as well, so that I can, you know, save, so that I can pay my debts. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. I love and appreciate you. Thank you for your time, your engagement. It's been lovely. Thank you so much. I appreciate Cebu, thank you for engagement, and may you repay all that you need to. You have a plan, which is great. I'm happy, and yeah, I'm keeping warm. I keep warm, keep warm. I'm keeping warm. You see, I even have a blanket. I have it rolled up my around me, wrapped around me. Okay, guys, I gotta go now. Love you always. Until the next video. Mwah! Okay, I'm gone. Enjoy your day too. Thank you so much. Cheers. Okay, I was not supposed to leave as yet, but now I'm officially gone.